How you doing, everybody? Bearman here. Welcome back to some more of The Last Caretaker. Previously, we got this nice helipad for our gyro, and that was cool and amazing. Ultimately, we want to get out there and do that quest. But before we do that quest, we've got some work to do, and I'll show you what that entails. We gotta do the ugly work. The reason why we gotta do the ugly work will become quite apparent when it's time to go out there and do that job. So let's get started. First things first, there are 2 silos we need to go to. I've been to one before. Let's hit J, get rid of them. There's one in the south, which is where we are, right down there. And then, oops, sorry. And then there's one all the way up here, which we had already previously visited. So we'll start with the southern one, which will work out nicely because we happen to be here. And I'll meet you, or I'll bring you back when we get there. I have arrived at my first silo. I'm going to park up. It really doesn't matter where you park. There's only one way in, and that's through the gyro. I'm going to prepare myself because we need lots of stuff and things before we head in there. And hopefully it will be, well, it doesn't matter if it's daylight, to be honest with you, because it's so dark down there, it doesn't matter. Right, let me get everything up and running and I'll bring you back. And we're back. And we're just about ready to take off. I'll show you what we have. First, what I recommend is definitely using the nebula. It gives you light all the way around, as you can see, not just where you're looking. Very important when you're going down these silos. Second, make sure you bring some rubber and some copper. I'm bringing enough. You need rubber and copper. You also need iron. So iron, copper, and rubber. Yeah, okay, got all 3. That's fine. Make sure you're using the tier 1 engine. Much easier to control than it is with that fast one. Make sure you bring some spare petrol. I've got a spare petrol omnipetrol flow, and I've got a couple spare tanks. There are some spare tanks at the bottom as well, but let's go. Let's just disconnect and disconnect, and hopefully I can make it down there and die. Now, before I take off, I'll tell you, there are 3 different landing spots. There's one at the top, there's one halfway, and there's one at the bottom. We want the one and halfway. I'm going to use all 3. I'm going to start at the top, gather my breath, make sure I have enough fuel, go all the way to the bottom, just because it makes it life a lot easier. I like the shadows, to make sure I know where I'm going. Then refuel, repair, whatever I need. Then I'm going to come up and I'm going to land. I don't know if it's on either side. I'm going to do that. Make sure you turn your lights on beforehand because you can't turn them on once you're in there. Get yourself started. Start up engine and just go high. Just keep lifting up nice and slowly. And there it is. That's the baby we're looking for. Cut the engine. Wow, I'm not used to making it in one go. Okay, let's get out, make sure everything looks okay. How's our fuel situation? Probably didn't use a whole lot. Okay, we used 30. That's fine. Just gonna pull this baby back into the middle, and I'm gonna point it that way. Okay, there we go. Now, when we get up in the air and get in the center, that's the whole object, get in the center. Try to point your camera so you're looking straight down, so that way you can make sure you're avoiding all the edges. Ready? Let's go. He looks like he's sitting to the side. That's just weird. There you go. He's corrected now. And just tap the controls if you're on PC. That's all. And just let yourself, keep yourself away from the walls. And down we go. Yep, I took a crash landing all the way down to the floor. That's fine. I brought repairs purposely just for that. Oh, this is... I've never seen this. This is a recovery grinder. This is what we're after. We want to use one of these, which is very interesting. I don't think we could use it here because it's oil output and we need some sort of energy in here. Oh, there is a battery. We might be able to do it. Should be interesting. So let me just drag this guy out. Right, I'm filling with this petrol tank. They have fixed this. This used to be so slow. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so that's a great, great opportunity. I will show you what this recovery grinder is for. I don't think we can break it down just yet. Can we? We can do. Warning, no pattern. Yeah, so we'll just get some parts, but okay, we'll leave it there. These ladders do not go where we want. We need to go to an area that's about halfway up. So I'm going to work on doing that, and I'll bring you back when we get there. All right, we're here. That was not an easy landing, but I don't think we've damaged ourselves much, have we? No, we've done all right. That's good news. Okay, good. Let's get in here. Let's ready our gun. And let's get ready to kill anything. There's something. Oh, nothing to kill. Fantastic. Okay, so even easier. That's what we're after. So hit your T button, pick your scanner, scan this baby.
Blade assembly scan complete. These blades were built for ugly work, cutting, crushing, and feeding mixed salvage into the heat chamber. Not precise, just strong enough to make waste useful again.
Fantastic. Okay, we got one done. Now, don't forget your Pico book right there. Okay, you'll know what to need. You'll need that in the future. Okay, I don't think there's anything else. I mean, there's things to scan. I mean, to break down and all sorts here, and they will become important, especially when you see the recovery grinder. Oh, there's another health thing. So you'll need to use those at some point, and then you just break down everything else. Okay. Well, look at that. That's Look at that. I wonder if that code can do anything. Very interesting. Okay, here's the tricky bit. Get all the way back up and out without dying. So I'll see you on the other side when I land on the boat. Before I send, I just wanted to point out one thing. If you go in, well, when I landed on that ledge, it was a very thin ledge, very difficult to land on. There was no landing pad, unlike the north. But you have an option. If you go into you go into row 5, you can get this new wall step they've introduced. And you can start building yourself a wall step like this. And then you can run down the previous one. And then build it again. And you can actually step up now. Whoops, I always hit the wrong key. You can now step up all the way to wherever you need to go. I don't know where in the world we are. And you can just keep dismantling and going up. It takes a lot of patience, but it's probably a whole lot safer than the way I did it. I don't think you can drop down all the way. It's a big, big ask. But there you go. That's another option for those who don't want to fly and land on that little edge over there. All right, I'll bring you back when I'm out. And boom, we're here. Wow. Hey, what an adventure. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I find that happens so much. Look at that. Oh. All right, let's get this baby tied down before something happens. How bad are the repairs? Whoops. Looks like we are fully repaired. Doesn't look like it needs any repairing. Okay, cool. Let's now, let's go to the northern one. I mean the southern one here. Let's go take a look at the map. This one will be a lot easier because there is a middle landing pad. And so right over here, this is where we are. Oh yeah, we are at the southern one. Let's go all the way up to the northern one, which is right there. That's a long distance. As you can see, it is 12 kilometers. Well, we gotta do it. Let's go. And we're back. And this is the same place we visited once before to demonstrate the gyro. Let's park up over here, and then we will get ourselves up over there, and we will do the same thing. But this time there is a platform in the middle. We're back. We've made it to the top. Thankfully, there's one of these. I must have left it there. Right, if we take a look down, I don't think we could see the thing on the side. there's something there that has reappeared, it looks like. Okay, well, let's get ourselves, make sure we're as fully fueled as possible. Where are we? We are... Okay, we've only used up very little. I'm going to drag myself this way. I'm going to go down. I think I got enough fuel to make it all the way to the bottom, and we can refuel, so let's go do it. All right, there's the helipad. I think I'm going to try going for it right now. I think I can do it without any trouble. And just cut the power. Did it. Wow. First try. That's amazing. Okay. Let's drag this baby back. It might be a bit difficult because I think one wheel is off. There is that trick I showed you where you can grab that, pull it as far as you can, and mount it, and it will help you. There you go. See? So pick that. Let's stop it now. Good. Now let's drag it manually. Perfect. Here, perfect. That's good. So we're here. We just got to go find that little tunnel to go down, and we'll be able to scan to find the tunnel. Standing on the little helipads, facing out. Go to your right. Keep going until you see a ladder, and we will go down that ladder. Miss you. There's a ladder. See, there you go. Get on the ladder. Go all the way to the bottom. Then turn around. There's your tunnel. We go down here. Once again, there is another set of plans. Break out the T. Hit the scanner. Scan.
Body frame scan complete. This frame carries the separator, oil output, and recovery channels. The grinder does not create clean material. It breaks waste apart and keeps whatever can still be used. Blueprint complete. Recovery grinder unlocked. It will be inefficient, loud, and probably difficult to keep clean, but it can turn surplus material into usable outputs and oil. Old salvage crews built it for desperate supply chains. We qualify.
It's fantastic. So as you can see, it is going... Ooh, make sure you grab this. It is going to be useful for breaking things down into oil. That's important. So let's get back up. Now I am going to go try to land, grab some free oil, free petrol, and then try to get myself all the way out of here. Then we will build one of those babies. Before I head out, just show you one thing. This is one of those, the recovery grinder. We can, in fact, if we go to U, we can unlock that baby now. I think it's 15, line 15. Sorry, it's line 23. There it is. So if we unlock it now, that means if we come over here, sorry, not 8, number 5, number 5, we can actually just break this baby down. We'll have all the parts relocated on our ship. Quick and easy. Boom. Okay, let's get ourselves out of here. And boom, done it. First time. There we go. That's awesome. Okay, definitely it's got a lot easier to control. Let's grab this and just plunk that down there, and grab this and plunk that down there. Boom. Since we've got all this space, let's get this recovery grinder built out here. It is under machines down here. Recycler, recovery grinder. Let's go here. Let's build. Look at this baby. So we can turn. Tell you what, I'm not going to build it here now, just so we can see what it looks like in case it spills stuff. See how unstable everything is. Can build those. Man, look at these hoses. We can build the, look at that. Can build some stabilizers, but we'll do that in a bit. So we're just going to plunk it right here. I think it's easier to see what's going on when we do it, and then we'll figure out if there's anything that drops out of either side. You know how it goes, right? Okay, onwards and upwards. And we're back. Okay, so I built this recycler, the recovery grinder. I built an oil tank. We can power this guy up like so. You can take the output of this and put it into here. we can now go over here and let's take 100 copper and we will turn it on and I'll show you what it does. It's loud. They also spit stuff out probably farther than I want it to. There you go, it's just finished. So it's produced 20 liters of oil per 100 copper. And we pick all this up and it's turned it into 51 iron and 23 aluminum. So you can also take these and put those back in there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rest, let me turn it off before I do this. I am going to put 400 copper in there, turn it back on, and we should, I mean, let's see, so that's, it's 20, so we should have, that's not going to be a whole lot. We should have 100 liters of oil, and we'll see what it turns everything into. I think there's a set recipe, so if we put iron in there, it turns into something, put copper in there, it turns into something. I'm not sure, but it just keeps going back and forth. Eventually, you will lose all your materials that you are doing. You got to keep doing it over and over and over again. So let's do this 400 and see what it works out to be. And we're back. As you can see, we now have 100 liters of oil. And these are all the scraps I've got back from doing all that. We can put them in. I wanted to check out this. So if we take 100 plastic, because plastic is the end result of when we turn oil into diesel, how much oil do we get? Do we get more if we use plastic or another item? Let's see. I have a feeling it's the same. Sorry it's so loud. No matter what the item is that we use. And we're back. There's no waste. Plastic grinds up, gone, nothing. And 100 produces 5 liters. No, 15, sorry. 15. Well, that's all right. That's less because everything else was producing 20. So that's interesting just to know what the ratios are. Now, this isn't going to be a game changer, but it will be a good way of getting rid of some of that extra stuff that you might have lying around. Because I've got an absolute ton of stuff lying around, and I don't even bother collecting it. It is noisy. It does use electricity, which isn't too bad. But then you can turn it into diesel, which you'll need because you're traveling all over the place. And as you can see, I am finally running low. I have 4 tanks here and then a 5th tank there. So I've been traveling around with 10,000 liters, but these trips up and down have made it quite drained quite a lot. But there you go, guys. That's it. That's how to do this dirty work quest and get the recovery grinder and how to use it. We're going to take advantage of that because we're going to need lots of oil for the next project which we are going to do, which is First Roots, and I'll show you how to get that done. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a good time. I had a great time as always. If you did enjoy the video, do let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment, and as always, feel free to subscribe. And until the next one, I'll see you.